Hey everyone, Hana the Suburban Witch here, and today I am answering the question, what does Exvangelical mean? I'm going to preface this by saying I have just returned from my pain specialist. If you don't know, I have issues. I have a disability and chronic illness. And currently I've just had like 30 perineural needles in my forehead. So it's a little bit bumpy and swollen. My head, my neck. And then prolotherapy, which is so freaking painful, in my wrist and my back.
Hell, I love needles.
I can't really type or work or do anything like that. I can't film an unboxing video today. I'm like just struggling a little bit. So I thought I'm going to film instead because I don't need to do much. But just in case you're like, I can't actually tell when I'm looking at this, but I think it's still a little bit bumpy.
Klingons never do anything small, do you?
That's why. It goes down after like, I don't know, 12 hours or something. My body like absorbs it. Oh, I can't even just rest. Rest, my dear wrist. Oh, it's very painful. Okay, if you're new to me, I'm Hana, and I am an ex-vangelical, which is why I am probably the best person to talk about this topic. It's a term that is relatively still new. Actually, when did it come out? I don't know. I can type with this hand.
Figured out how to work the Google on the internet machine.
Okay, I have the information for you here. A quick Google search has helped me. It is relatively new still. The hashtag Exvangelical was coined by Blake Chastain in 2016 to make a safe space for people to find solidarity with others who have gone through similar experiences. You can now find this as a hashtag on all social media platforms, plus Reddit, YouTube. There are books written about it. There's podcasts about it, my own included, and I'm actually going to link a couple of episodes that I recommend you listen to if you're on a similar path. So exvangelical, you might notice, is very similar to the term evangelical, and that's exactly where it comes from. It means you are ex-evangelical. You have left the evangelical Christian movement. Now, exvangelical does not necessarily mean ex-Christian. It does not necessarily mean ex-church, like you're not at church, but it can mean that as well. So it is different per person. The main point of exvangelical means you were a part, don't move the arm, Hannah. You were a part of the evangelical church, and now you have either left that church environment or you have been kicked out, which was the case for me.
Am I reading my dismeter correctly here? Because I could swear we're being blown off.
Actually, you're being kicked out.
Now, generally when people use the term exvangelical or they're using the hashtag for exvangelical, they're usually deconstructing from the evangelical church. As I said, you can still be a Christian, you can still be going to church, but you're just not evangelical. So here is a list that I'm about to read to you from Google of churches that are considered evangelical in nature. The Reformed Church, Baptist churches, Methodist churches, Pentecostal churches, hello, that's what I was raised in, Churches of Christ, Plymouth Brethren, Charismatic Protestant, and non-denominational Protestant traditions.
When I mention religion, I mean the Christian religion. Not only the Christian religion, but the Protestant religion. And not only the Protestant religion, but the Church of England.
Now, I have heard people use exvangelical for other things as well, because there are a lot of crossovers between even things like the Church of Latter-day Saints, for example. Because a lot of the stuff that's wrong with evangelical churches is just cult-like control tactics that we see across many religions, particularly Christianity. All right, to summarize, exvangelical is a group of people. Some people say it's a social movement, but I would just say it is people who have left the evangelical church. Now, in the evangelical churches, they usually call people who say they're ex-vangelical the prodigals.
If you need to, you go right ahead and vomit.
The prodigals, because they're going to be the prodigal sons that return. Oh my God. They just have a way of making everything so cringe. Now, Why do people choose to become exvangelical? Well, that is an answer that's going to be as varied as there are people. But the common themes that come up are the lack of progressiveness and inclusivity within the evangelical church. They have a very hard anti-LGBTQIA plus stance. That was a mouthful. They have a very pro-life stance. There's a big focus on traditional gender expression, traditional roles in society.
The whole book's gender biased. A woman's responsible for original sin. A woman cuts Samson's coif of power. A woman asks for the head of John the Baptist. Read that book again sometime.
Aside from all of that, the doctrines are wacko. Wacko. And you often don't realize it when you're in it, and then the deconstruction part comes later and you're like, what the hell? Literally? So the hell doctrine, which I guess is present in all of Christianity. So some people deconstruct from that once they leave, but not the people that stay Christian, I guess.
You know what? It's a good thing to be a Christian.
And then things like the rapture doctrine.
Why doesn't he just obliterate the devil? He will. Yeah, what's he waiting for?
End times.
That is something that needs deconstructing, and that is purely an evangelical thing. This guy, every time I want to film, this guy is doing yard work behind my house. Why? He knows. He has a sixth sense. Maybe he's a Christian. I'm finding it so hard. I just want to lean or use my hands when I talk. It's so sore and so swollen. All right, so some other reasons people might become exvangelical is based on the teachings around purity culture, the abuse in the church. And there's a bunch of people who became exvangelical after they watched all of the churches, particularly in the USA, become enamored with Donald Trump, which was the weirdest freaking thing to see. Even here in Australia, most of the evangelical churches and the people that I know still going to those are pro-Trump. What?
A Donald Trump. Oh, a dump.
So the guy with the whippersnapper is on a rampage. He's not taking any breaks. I'm just gonna continue through. So if you were looking for exvangelical stuff, if this is describing you or someone that you know and you're looking for resources, there is a lot out there. There are podcasts, there are blog posts, there are groups. There is a group on Reddit, there are Facebook groups, there is tons of places that you can go. I have a couple of podcast episodes, so this is a really good one. This is on my religious trauma and the abuse through the church that I witnessed. This is another one. This is a part 1 with Rosie Quartz. She was from the Church of Latter-day Saints. Okay, I said Latter-day Saints before. I meant the Seventh-day Adventists. Rosie is from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's what I meant. There's so many different churches. And this is part 2 of that chat with Rosie Quartz, who is now an ethical sex worker. She is phenomenal. So she has done a lot of deconstructing to get there, plus she was a pastor's daughter. This one is also a really good one. I chatted with Yvonne Abero, who wrote a book called Changing Paths. I've got a blog post about that on my website as well, where it's a book review of the book. Phenomenal, phenomenal book for anyone who is changing religions and spiritual views. It is chef's kiss. I think that's most of the podcasts I've already done on the topics of exvangelical stuff. There's obviously going to be more to come, and I'm working on a series of classes. Now, my goal is to make classes, individual classes on things like deconstructing from the fear of the rapture, deconstructing the hell doctrine, analyzing the Bible itself, the church, all of that, and producing a bunch of resources for people. At the moment, because there is a lot that I want to do and it's going to take me a long time, I'm going to produce these classes individually for people to sign up to, whichever ones they want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in the wrong class, but I gotta say, that was really moving.
And then once I have them all done, I will probably bundle them into a course that will come at a later date. If you do the classes and then want to do the full course, you'll obviously get a discount from the classes that you've done. If you're curious about this and you want to stay abreast of the updates, then you want to head to the link that I've listed in the description box. You can sign up. There's like a wait list for the course, which will also give you access to some of the resources I'll be releasing for free and the classes when they're released. So I think that sums up what exvangelical means, how to find some resources. I hope this helped you, and keep an eye out for more information as we continue. along this theme. Hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world today. And if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me. And if you really like my stuff, you're going to want to hit the bell for notifications of all future videos. I generally release a new video every single Friday, plus a podcast episode on Wednesdays. So you got lots of content there to keep you busy. I'll catch you next time.